I'm so convinced that feminists hate women. Feminists hate men. Feminists hate women. And feminists hate themselves. The advice that feminists give other women is, I cannot believe it. Like, you guys encourage such bad things. You encourage women to make horrible decisions. Like, you want women to fail. You want to see women divorced. You want to see women in miserable situations. Feminists truly hate other women. And when women finally wake up and start to see it, then maybe they'll start making better decisions. I don't know.
Women are finally waking up, and what they're realizing will shock you. Modern feminism promised freedom, power, and independence, but in reality, it only brought frustration, exhaustion, and loneliness. Today, we're revealing the harsh truth no one wants you to know. Being independent to the extreme can destroy your love life, your family, and even your happiness.
Y'all, I'm here to tell you 5 lies that modern feminism is telling you, and y'all are believing it. I don't think y'all are ready for this, Jelly. Maybe you are. I don't know. Listen up. Lie number 1. I don't need a man. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I do. You do. Men need women too. Lie number 2. I love this one. Masculinity is toxic. No. There's toxic people. Masculinity, true masculinity, is strong and necessary. Culture is constantly emasculating men, and then we're wondering, like, where did all the strong leaders go? Lie number 3. Sexual freedom is empowerment. No, you're just a hoe. You can tell yourself all the lies and feed yourself all the BS you want. You're a hoe. It's literally self-destruction slapped with some lip gloss. Last I checked, our bodies are not a buffet for hungry, confused men, okay? Oh, here's a good one. If he can't handle me at my worst, he doesn't deserve me at my best. And what that garbage translates to is, I refuse to grow. I refuse to take responsibility and accountability. And last but not least, feminism gives you freedom. Freedom from what? Burnout? Working 60 hours a week, paying all your bills on your own? Possibly raising kids all on your own? That's not freedom. That's a scam with some good PR.
She's waking up to the reality that some of the most common messages of modern feminism, I don't need a man, masculinity is toxic, sexual freedom is empowerment, don't actually bring real freedom or fulfillment. What she realizes, even if harshly, is that denying the natural complementarity between men and women only leads to frustration, confusion, and emotional isolation. This awareness is a crucial step, as it finally admits that personal responsibility, self-control, and mutual respect in relationships are not optional, and that empowerment without structure can be self-destructive.
This might piss some people off, but I just want to take a moment and say, thank goodness that so many of us are waking up to the fact that modern day feminism is a literal scam meant to disconnect and separate and isolate women from one another. And not only from one another, but from the natural ways of living. Like, this shit literally goes against nature. Modern day feminism says that women should be out in the workforce working 40+ hour weeks while their children stay at home with a caretaker, that they immediately get put in the school system from age 5 and stay until they're 18, if not older if they go to college. And that while women have 4 phases of their cycle that give them extremely different hormone levels and energy levels, that they should be doing the exact same routine every day, every week, and every month. I'm sorry, but fuck that. Like, I am down for the boss babe shit. I am building 2 businesses right now. I think women should be running their own empires if that's what they want. But it can be done the feminine way. Women are meant to be provided for so they can stay home and take care of their children and be the actual parent to their child. They're supposed to rest during their moon cycle. They're supposed to frolic around naked and connect to their bodies and connect to the earth and be the caretaker. They're not meant to be in hustle all the time. They're not meant to be in doing mode all the time. We're meant to be. And we're meant to be in community, surrounded by other women, letting them support our children as well. Being in community vibes is essential. And what does modern day feminism do? Separates us from that as well, turns women against each other as competitors instead of allies, and makes us work until we're too tired to function, amongst so many other tragic things. So if you're still stuck in that modern day feminism trap, let me just tell you that you deserve to be rich, you deserve to be your own boss, you deserve to do all of the things a man does too, but there is a unique way that you're meant to do it that is separate on a physiological and biological level from how a man is supposed to do it. And learning to embrace that is learning to embrace your true nature.
She understands that modern feminism forces women to live in contradiction with their biological and social nature, trying to turn female life into the same nonstop hustle rhythm as men. Her critique is clear. Women were not designed to be in hustle mode 24/7 or to raise children from a distance. True female empowerment lies in embracing one's own nature, balancing ambition with care, leadership with motherhood, community with self-care, without feeling ashamed to live fully feminine and integrated into family life.
Here's how feminism messed up the US economy and how it's actually now come back to bite modern women in the butt. Let's rewind. The modern feminist movement kicked off in the 1960s. The goal was fair wages, equal opportunities, and legal protection. Great, right? They told us that the first wave gave us the right to vote, and the second wave brought us into the workforce. Here's where it gets a little bit sticky. During the second wave, the message shifted. It wasn't just, you can work outside the home. It became, you should. Or you must if you want to be respected. Doing nothing but staying home and cooking and cleaning and raising children, that was suddenly less than. So women flooded the workforce around this time. They were told they would get more financial freedom, more independence, and of course, more respect. But when millions of women started working full-time, it didn't just change individual families, it changed the entire economy. Suddenly, two incomes weren't just nice, they were expected, and that's where we get into the two-income trap. This is a book written by Elizabeth Warren, who is not exactly a conservative voice, but she actually articulates this situation beautifully in her book, The Two-Income Trap. She argues that when both parents started working, the cost of living adjusted. Homes in good school districts, prices went up. Childcare, through the roof. Everything from health insurance to groceries inflated to match dual income spending power. So now we've created this world where it takes two full-time incomes to just be able to afford the same lifestyle one income covered in 1960. Feminism told women and even sold them the idea that they were breaking free. But for a lot of women, especially moms, it feels more like a trap. Because now the choice to stay home with your kids isn't even on the table for many families. So many women would love to be able to be homemakers and clean the house and cook and take care of their kids, and they can't. Because what used to be a respected and even honored role of homemaker, caregiver, mother got dismissed. Feminism lied to us and told us that success only looked like climbing the corporate ladder and competing with men. But we traded in something priceless: time with our children, peace in our own homes, and even financial flexibility. So while women were told you should do it all, what we ended up with is exhaustion, rising debt, and a system that only works if you're always working outside your house. The very movement that claimed to be liberating women made it nearly impossible to live on one income. And I'm sorry, but that is not empowering. Turns out that there's a real price to pay when a society stops valuing motherhood. When caregiving is treated as invisible labor and homemakers are seen as less than, everybody actually loses, especially women. Not just emotionally or in the family structure, we could talk about that forever, but economically as well. So no, I'm sorry, feminism didn't save women. It told us we need to do it all, and now our generation is paying the price for it.
She identifies the economic impact modern feminism has had on women. The pressure to work outside the home created the two-income trap, raising living costs and reducing real autonomy. What should have been freedom, the choice between career or family, which became an obligation. And many women pay the price in exhaustion, debt, and lost time with their children. Her critique is practical and grounded. The ideology that promised economic empowerment actually limited choice and devalued the role of motherhood.
So I infiltrated the women's empowerment movement on this app just to see kind of what the fuck the deal actually was, to see if they actually cared about women. On the surface, it really sounds like they did. It sounded like they were going to talk about femicide. It sounded like they wanted to help women, move forward in life. But once you actually keep paying attention, they've been yapping about men for years on this app, and they are just blaming men for their own suffering for years on this app. I didn't know it was for years, mind you. These women have been yapping about men and blaming men for years, okay? That is not women empowerment. When I infiltrated this whack job fucking cult on this app, I saw that these women just live in victim mentality, okay? They'll talk about mental health and seeing therapists and taking pills. Oh, absolutely, they fucking will. They won't talk about your physical health, though, because they're still saying that body positivity, you could be as big as you fucking want, even though 400,000 women are dying every single fucking year from heart disease. That's not women empowerment, right? Blaming men for your own suffering 24/7 also isn't women empowerment, because their solution isn't even to leave men alone, because they can't even say that with their whole fucking chest. They don't tell women to delete the dating apps. Mind you, they also hold up hookup culture. They also hold up hookup culture. You can't have both realities in your brain if you're trying to decenter men and you simply can't tell women, stop fucking. Okay? That's not women empowerment. This fake women's empowerment cult on this app has showed me that these women don't give a fuck about women. It's all about their party affiliation. It's not about all women. Okay? They don't give a fuck about women. As long as you vote their way, that's all they care about. They don't give a fuck if you're on your deathbed from not taking care of your physical health. Did you fill out your ballot? Did you fill it out? Okay, good. We'll get you some medicine later on. Cult on this app is actually fucking insane, okay? I thought for a moment we were gonna push, one direction. But no, these bitches on this app don't give a fuck about women. They don't give a fuck about women. They want women on medication. They want women to hate men but still date them somehow. I don't understand. They want women to go sprinkle when they have no fucking idea what the fuck sprinkle actually is. None of them have any fucking game. I would advise all these hoes to stop yapping about Shira 7 because these bitches have no fucking game. That's why they keep getting dog walked by men. And this is just the surface of what this fucking psychotic cult is doing on this app. These bitches don't care about women. It's all about party. They put men before women. It's not about women. It's about a party affiliation. Feminism is dead.
She exposes how certain women's empowerment movements have strayed from genuinely caring about women, turning the struggle into victimhood, political control, and ideology. Her critique shows that many of these platforms do not promote health, growth, or real independence, but instead encourage resentment, dependency on medication, and conflict with men. It's a view that highlights the hypocrisy in some feminist narratives. Lots of noise, very little practical action that genuinely benefits women.
Why would I be a feminist when I can just be feminine? Feminist ideology tries to convince women that relying on men is wrong. Bring down the patriarchy. When women actually benefit the most from this patriarchy. Let's let the men lead. Let's let the men go to war, do the tough jobs, work 80 hours a week, and let the ladies get her nails done, learn to cook, learn to sew. There's no pride in being Miss Independent. It's important for everyone, man and woman, to be able to be independent and take care of themselves. But you don't win a trophy because you didn't rely on a man. The feminist ideology is the opposite of femininity. The happiest women I know are in relationships with men. And the most bitter people I know are single girls who are feminists. Any ideology that breeds contempt for an entire race, aka the male race, is not beneficial for you. The feminist ideology tells women to take charge, which literally doesn't let men act as they should, being masculine and manly and leading. So I'm honestly not surprised that a lot of these feminists have had bad experience with men because they probably kneecapped every single thing that made that man masculine. So this is your sign to ditch the feminist movement and embrace femininity instead.
She sees that feminism and femininity are not compatible. Trying to compete with men in every area of life undermines their natural role and devalues a woman's own nature. Her critique is straightforward. Extreme independence is not a source of happiness. Real fulfillment for many women comes from connecting with men who lead and protect while embracing their own femininity. She understands that true female power lies in embracing complementarity and cooperation, not ideological confrontation.